Hey guys, just a quick message before we get into this first look video. Watch till the end because we got an important announcement at the end. Or you could just, if you don't want to see this first look, go ahead and skip to the message. I will put the time that it starts right here. Thank you guys. Enjoy this video. Psycho! Hey, what's up guys? This is Gary from Killer Off-Road Hobbies with another first look video. And I know this isn't a Savage XL Flux, but we'll get into that in a minute. So this is the Kyosho Psycho Cruiser. Retails for about $699. Yeah, I know guys, but I was able to use a $30 off coupon on this and I got it for $670 plus like $1 shipping or something to get express shipping. Now this thing is a 1/8 scale 4-wheel drive monster truck. It comes 4 or 6S compatible, and the real gems on this truck are in the electronic department. Now let's go over the boring stuff real quick before we get into the goodies. So you do get Kyosho's Synchro KT311P transmitter. It's actually really nice. You know, I hold my transmitters funny, but it actually is really nice. It's got a nice foam wheel. It's nice and open, and it does have multiple model memory. So if you want to get some Kyosho receivers, you can go ahead and connect this to multiple different rigs. It runs on 4 AA's. It's got all your adjustments. It's even got exponential and everything. It has this nifty little LCD screen so that you can go through all your settings, tells you what volts you're at, and I set this up as Psycho 1. So you can even put names and stuff like that. So all in all, I'd say it's a really cool remote. And you can also, along with adjusting everything with this little dial right here, you have buttons here and on the back to adjust steering trim and everything. So that's cool. And then it came with a T-wrench, a wheel wrench, some Allen keys, a bind plug, and an extra antenna tube. And it came with 3 booklets, guys. Now, one of them is just like basically a catalog. Another one is just telling you everything about the truck, and then the third one is to tell you how to work on the truck. They're very, very, very detailed. All 3, well, the 2 for the truck, and then you know you have the catalog. So let's get to the truck. All right. So my first impressions of this truck are pretty cool. I do like the way it looks. Some people might not like this big bulky bumper on the front, but I do. That way it's not just smashing the body and everything. So I do actually like that. The tires, they're probably a medium compound. They remind me of Truggy tires, you know, kind of like pinned, but they do feel pretty good, and they are pretty low profile, but I'm guessing with all this power this thing's going to have, it's probably going to balloon these things anyways. But they should work pretty good, at least, you know. I don't think I'll have to throw them away right out of the box, is what I'll say about them. All in all, the suspension is really soft and plush. It has no problem bottoming out the chassis, and you know, I don't know, it's looking good so far, guys. All the components look really good. There's a ton of adjustability. Let's go ahead and pull the body off. So the body, I like the look of the body. but this is going to be my first con about this truck already. I can tell you I'm going to have to reinforce the bejesus out of this thing. It feels okay, but in the few videos I can find online of this thing, the body just falls apart, you know. And that's one reason, I'll say that right now, guys, before we get way into this. That's one reason I got this thing. Not only do I think it will be a good truck because it's Kyosho, and Kyosho is a solid, proven name, but there is almost nothing on YouTube about this truck at all. And definitely not here in the good old US of A. There's several bash videos that I could find, but almost none of them had any English speaking people on it. And, you know, there just weren't, there's not a whole lot on YouTube about this truck yet. That could be a bad thing. I'll say that right up front. But also, you know, maybe this will give me a chance to actually get people to look at this truck. So we'll go ahead and set the body aside. I'm gonna say the body, as of right now, is kind of a con for me already because it does feel pretty flimsy. And with this cutout here for the fake intake, I'm guessing it's just gonna break to pieces. All right, guys, so here she is in all of her glory. Like I said before, it's got the Orion R8 ESC with 3 and 6S, a 326S capability. It's got the Team Orion 1500 Neon 7 brushless motor, so that's going to be insane. And then it's got a waterproof high torque servo. Now, metal geared high torque servo. Now, all of the components are said to be waterproof. Another con about this thing I'll say already is it's Kyosho, so that's just the way it is. But they do use Phillips head hardware. And from my experience, Phillips head hardware is a little harder to deal with. It's not that it's a lower quality or anything. Just the Phillips head versus the hex head. It's a little harder to get the stuff as tight. And when you're trying to take it off when it is tight or thread locked, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So we're running on a 3.5 millimeter aluminum buggy style chassis. You can see these holes here. I'm sure this was used on some kind of nitro buggy back in the day. Like I said, there is a ton of adjustability. You've got 5 positions on your A-arms and looks like 6 on each side of the shock towers for the shocks, and then it's the typical 4 for your camber links. The rear is using traditional dog bones. They look to be about 5 millimeters thick. The front is using universal joints, and they're about 5 millimeters thick too. Now, everything on this is adjustable. Your camber links, your toe in, toe out, it's all adjustable. Unfortunately, with the toe in and toe out, I had an experience with that already. It came with one tire way cocked to the side. I recentered the servo, and you actually have to pull that off and kind of crank it down by hand. It doesn't have a little like nub on it for you to put a little wrench or anything, and I didn't want to use just a pair of like pliers or something, so I went ahead and pulled that off already. I will say I'm going to be adjusting the shocks in the rear because it seems to want to drag its butt on everything. I did plug some batteries in and just take this thing for like a 5-second spin just to make sure everything's working right before I actually did this video. Now, the A-arms are crazy thick, like Arma Creighton thick. Everything looks well put together, and I don't know, I think this truck is going to be good, and with that Team Orion stuff, it's going to have the power. This thing is definitely going to have power. Now, this is one of my negatives about the truck, but it doesn't have to be that way. So this huge, gigantic beast of a battery box, the top just comes off. You don't have to run this. Depending on what packs I'm running, if I'm just running my 4S pack, I'll probably just use the straps. If I'm using two smaller like 3S packs to run 6S, I'll probably use this just to keep them from sliding around and everything. But it's not really a big deal, you know. It's not like a true con. It's just one of those things. It's big, it's bulky, you know. It's kind of ugly to look at, so we'll just set that aside. Now here's the battery tray right here. Pretty generous, and you got your two leads, so you can run, you know, 4 or 6S, and if you want to just do one of those loops, you can plug in one battery and run 3S. So that's cool. Like I said, the Team Orion stuff is going to be killer. It is a 3-diff setup. You got your front, center, rear. I will probably be adjusting at least the center diff, because center diffs tend to bleed a lot of power to the front on under power. So we're going to go ahead and run it stock, and then I will probably be pulling out the center diff and putting some really thick, heavy weighted silicone oil in there. Besides that, you know, it's got a servo saver. Like I said, it's got the big front bumper. It's just got this little thing on the back for a back bumper. I would have liked to see a wheelie bar, because this thing is probably going to be wheelie crazy. I am really, really impressed with how good the chassis looks. Like, there's aluminum chassis, you know, and they look good, but this one looks really good. My only complaint is when you take this thing down to nothing, all these random extra holes might be an issue for somebody that doesn't, like, maybe take a picture with their cell phone or something before they actually do it. So yeah, this thing, you know, out of the box for $700. Sorry guys. It's actually a little bit cheaper than the Savage Flux, and I know you guys wanted to see that, and hey, I'm not ruling it out. I just wanted to get this thing so I can get some footage of it before people kind of figure out about it. You know, I wanted to be one of the first guys, and this will bring me to my announcement. Okay guys, announcement time. Now, if you haven't noticed, on my last video, I set up a donation button, and I'm not begging for your guys' money, so please don't just exit off right now and not listen to me. Okay, so over the course of my channel, which has been on YouTube for going on 2 years now, it's been suggested to me several times that I should set up a like donation button or whatever. And I have been really reluctant to do so, because I don't want it to seem like I'm just trying to get money from people. I don't want it to seem like I'm just some schmo begging for change. And that's not what this is about. So I set up the donation button, and I came up with kind of a plan for it. Now, whether it makes money, you know, if it makes any money, if you guys or anybody that watches my channel chooses to donate to the channel, 100% of all the proceeds will go directly into the channel. I'm not just gonna take the money and, you know, buy other stuff. Every single penny of it will go back into the channel to buy better camera equipment, to keep RCs coming at a more frequent basis. And one thing is, this is where you guys come in. Okay, so anything I buy with if I get any donations, okay, anything I buy with the money, once the money accumulates to an area where I could actually purchase an RC, say there's about like 450 to 550 in there, okay, so I will give you guys that parameter. I'll say, you know, there's $550 in the donation bin. Now, you guys would have to get together and decide what RC you want me to test on popular vote. I can throw ideas out there for you. You guys can throw out ideas. Like a lot of people want to see the Savage XL Flux, right? So if there was $750 in the donation bin and everybody wanted to see the Savage XL Flux, I would buy that. I would test it here on Killer Off-Road Hobbies, and then I would fix it up at the end, fix all the problems with it, possibly buy a new body if the body's super damaged, and then I would have a giveaway, and I would do a giveaway with the truck. Any truck bought with the donations made to the channel would be a giveaway at the end of testing. And that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. It is 100% up to you. Like I said, from now on, that link will be in the description below. And you guys, like I said, I've made it this far. You know, I get new RCs pretty frequently, but this would be a way to get you guys a little more involved. You know, every time, what's it take? I would probably say like a month. I would have the truck for about a month, and then I would do the giveaway after I've tested it, done all my videos on it and everything. And yeah, so that's a way to give back to the channel if people give to the channel. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, guys. It's 100% up to you. Like I said, you know, if you want to, there's a possibility that you could win a RC in the future. If not, no big deal. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Well, I hope you liked this video, guys. Please give her the old thumbs up if you did. Don't be sad about, or don't be shy about smashing that thumbs down if you didn't. And stay tuned to Killer Off-Road Hobbies. We got a lot more coming. Click that bell if you want to be notified to all my newest uploads. And go ahead and subscribe if you're new to this channel, because this psycho is going to be going crazy. I think I'm going to let it out of the institution here in a couple days. Was going to go bashing today, but it's really, really windy, so that'll have to wait a little bit unless you guys want to hear. Peace.